Um, so today I want to use this opportunity, thank you, to talk about SolidShop, but not really technically. I think we're going to have great presentations from Diego Campos, our SolidShop Global Manager, the technical manager. I want to talk to you why we are doing SolidShop, why we have all these people here. In the end, we are trying to help manufacturers, but also make money with this, right? We want to, you are resellers, you are partners, we want to make money with our ecosystem. Can we go next? Where's the, okay, good. So I started with this kind of buzzword, for real, okay? Because I'm going to tell you a short story why SolidShop is a distinct technology, a distinct ecosystem in the industry today, okay? Because in the end, we know that if it works or not, if it's true or not, we will know in the shop floor. That's where, good plans or not, succeed or not, okay? Shop floor is the real environment where we tell dreams from reality, okay? Next, please. Okay, so let's start saying, what is a modern shop floor, okay? Very complex environment. You have multiple systems, fragmented. This is the reality of several companies out there. They started with their own legacy systems, or they created Excel spreadsheets to automate things. But the reality is that today is very hard to get all these things working together. There's a lot of rework in multiple departments. So you could have like a quoting department that has challenges to find the real cost of the parts based on historical runs. Finance needs to evidence that the hourly rate, I think, is the most important metric of a profitable shop. The hourly rate is okay, because hourly rate is the king of a shop. If you are effective with your hourly rate, you make a profit, you have money to reinvest in your business and keep your machines up to date. But if you have a too high hourly rate, then you are not competitive. And if you have a hourly rate that is too low, then also you don't have money to reinvest and have the best equipment and the best workforce. So this is really a tricky number, and SolidShop helps you with that. Then you have CNC programming department. Is made of multiple people, people doing routings or simulation or programming. You have the director that needs to see a company as a whole thing, not just one department. You have the guys from quality with a CMM machine or documents that need to be managed, but today are all stored on a folder in the hard disk of the CMM software. You have the planning department. I think these guys are the ones that suffer the most in a company that is not real digital, because they plan based on what they think that's going to happen, but we all know that what we plan doesn't happen as we planned, and then the next day they have to reschedule everything, go to their Excel spreadsheets. This disconnection is really crazy, because the truth is that in a manufacturing shop, real life happens. Operators do not show up, you run out of inserts, you don't have that tool anymore. These are all the things that happen and impact the planning department. Your production shop as well, you need to store documents, you need to have awareness of the material. You need to have your production manager ideally knowing what is going on in the company from anywhere in the world. So this is like the modern shop. We try to give you an example of a company with multiple departments, but I want to start emphasizing one thing about SolidShop. With SolidShop, we solve the problem of the all or nothing. The most expensive simulation software or nothing. The most expensive MES system or nothing. I have like an enterprise grade PDM system from PTC or from Dassault or from Siemens or nothing. So we are trying to give Digitization for the small companies, for the medium companies as well, the ones that don't want to invest $1 million in software to get started on digitization, but that have very good and valid processes that can be automated and improved. Next, please. So this is the daily struggle. I worked for more than 20 years in big companies. I came from small companies, and it's the same everywhere. I could see for 2 decades enterprises, having millions of dollars in machine tools and investment not being used because they had disconnected equipment, USB sticks, memory cards. These are the things that kill the productivity of a manufacturing shop. And it's a shame because, you are basically wasting time with invisible things that add no value to your company at all. Can you go next, please? Okay, so this is the problem, okay? It's not the machines that are the problem. It's the disconnection between us and the machines. For whatever layers that we don't have, this is the real root cause. And today, more than ever, this costs a lot of money. Has always been, always costed a fortune. But before, things were more focused on commodities, on the hardware side of a business. I need a machine tool, I need a lathe. I'm not really caring right now about how much it costs me for not having that machine connected to a DNC solution or to a monitoring solution. But what's the difference between this Industry 4.0 thing and what came before? It's because Industry 3.0, which started in the middle of the 70s maybe, everything was a commodity. You could go to Mazak, Okuma, whoever you want, and say, I want a lathe, I want a mill turn, I want a vertical 5-axis mill. You could simply go to a shop with multiple shelves and say, I want this, this, and that, and then you could create your machine shop. And this is still true these days. If you go to a machine shop anywhere in the world and ask the owner, what do you need to start a machine shop? This person is going to tell you anywhere in the world, I need a lathe, I need a mill, I need a saw machine. But what is the Industry 4.0 thing then? It's because Industry 4.0 is not a commodity. It deals with the information of your company. If you ask Amazon what is Industry 4.0, they will tell you that it's robots taking things from shelves, putting in box, shipping to the customer. If you go to a manufacturing shop, this person is going to tell you something completely different. It doesn't matter. Could be like 10 machine shops, and all of them could tell you that Industry 4.0, they don't know what it is, or if they do, it's a different thing for each one of them. Why? Because data is unique for every company. Every company has their own spreadsheets, their own processes, their own people, their own culture. So all these things make Industry 4.0 a unique thing, a commodity. Sorry, not a commodity. Okay? And that's why people struggle to understand. So why I'm telling this story to you? Because I want to explain why SolidCAM created SolidShop and what was the background behind that decision. So here we have the maestro. The maestro is the only guy in the orchestra that knows how every musician should play their part. Every musician here, they have their musical notation, and you can say, this guy is the guy from the tool crib, that guy is the CNC programmer, that guy is the inspector, this guy is the manager. All of them know what their notations, what they should play. But the only guy that knows how each one should play in each order, in which rhythm and pace, is the maestro. And SolidShop is the maestro of the shop floor. Okay? Next, please. So these are the pain points of the industry, okay? Downtime kills your profit. Manual data upload and download. People take this for granted. It's a normal thing. It's not. not in 2025. Scrap, you buy material, you scrap that, costs you a lot of money. No version control, hard copies running in the shop, okay? Quality audits, more than ever, quality is important. It makes companies set them apart from others, but every time they have an audit in the shop floor, they found dozens of things that take a year to fix, and when they are almost finishing that, there's another audit that finds another 10. So you start to hire people to fill the gaps, to solve the problems of your business, and then because you don't solve the problems of the root cause, you end up with more people than you need in the payroll to address your inefficiencies. Disconnected systems, this is very obvious, could be in a very big company or even Excel spreadsheets that don't talk to each other. And I think if you are a company manager, this is the one that hurts the most. You don't really have good information to decide if you start a new shift, if you buy more machines, if you hire more people, all strategic decisions that efficient manager should know, a director should know, for sure, okay? So all these things here today, there are more things, but I would say they belong one way or another to these groups here, okay? Next, please. And how SolidCAM is solving this, okay? We had to go back, because for 40 years we worked on this layer here, CAM. We had to kind of go back and say, if we want to build this future state to the industry, we need to be the guys that master and provide this layer here, DNC and base connectivity. Okay? Because you can have like a CAM system that maybe it's not working or your post-processor is not perfectly tuned yet, but if you don't have a way to transfer that file to the machine or whoever or whatever you have at hand, even a legacy program written by hand, you cannot put the machine to run. So we realized that we need to be strong in this layer. And not only strong, I think we need to be a trusted provider, you know, in the whole manufacturing industry. Then you have the other layers, PDM, machine utilization. And once you have these 5 layers done properly, you can connect this to your business systems. And when I mean business systems, could be your own systems, could be a ERP solution. You can even turn SolidShop into a small MES system, manufacturing execution system. And I'm very proud to say that, because most manufacturing execution systems, they take years to be implemented. They take like a legion of people to help support implementation. We are talking about a platform that gives you just what you need for manufacturing. We are not trying to solve all problems in the world, but the ones that we are trying to solve, we solve very well. And these are problems that the manufacturing shop typically have. Can we go next, please? So this is what we are. One ecosystem, one supplier for all your core manufacturing applications. One truth, one source of information. It's what we are providing here. It's an end-to-end solution. If you have a problem with your post-processor, you call us. If you have a problem with your DNC, call us. If you want to do your monitoring system, give you a specific report, it's us. You do not get lost into, you know, the middle of or among the several suppliers of fragmented solutions that are good but don't talk to each other, that force your IT department to carry the burden of maintenance and integration. Okay, so we still are a CAM company. This is our main product, but we now have these things in our ecosystem. We have SolidCAM for operators integrated to ERP. Or with the PDM, we have real-time monitoring. If you make a change 3 a.m. in the shop floor by a programmer, the PDM will capture those changes, make a backup, so the programmer can analyze the change made by an operator 3 a.m. You don't have to hire a programmer to work on the 3rd shift. You buy a seat of SolidCAM for operators, and those operators from the second and third shift can open programs in the PDM and the same version that's being managed in the SolidCAM main file. Okay? So you can verify your G code. Don't have to spend $30,000 on simulation software, on G code simulation software. We offer something very affordable and effective for up to 5-axis milling and turning with sub-spindle or not, for a real attractive price point, okay? So I want to finish this slide saying that we understand that this is a big problem to solve, but again, we are not trying to solve all the problems in the manufacturing realm. We are trying to solve 6 to 10 difficult to solve problems and solve them better than anyone. We are not trying to be Industry 4.0, all things in the world, you know? We're trying to solve problems that are usual in a typical machine shop. So coming soon, we're going to have SolidCMM. You're going to be able to program your CMM machines inside the same environment where you program your CNC parts. That means we are solving that old problem that the CMM is another animal. When there are engineering changes or process changes, someone needs to manually rework the inspection program, okay? Now the same benefits of SolidCAM with the associativity are going to be present inside SolidWorks as well. If your design changes, your CMM program will react to that immediately, and you're always going to get the right inspection program tied to the right SolidCAM file, okay? And because we understand that quotations, estimates for your machine shop are very important, we also are bringing SolidQuote with a partnership from Spannflug, a German company that are experts in quotations using CAD models and PDF files. So we are bringing Spannflug inside SolidCAM Ecosystem and naming it SolidQuote. This way you can quote and estimate for your customer without programming the part. This is going to make you more effective and not use like a CNC programmer to do estimating jobs when he should be working on programming new parts. Next, please. Okay, so this gives you an idea of most of the ecosystem right now. As Emil mentioned it before, we have partnership with the industry leaders. We have, SolidShop is provided, the core technology is provided by Simco. And what we do is we wrote interfaces that transfer data from SolidCAM. So can you push next, please, so we can see the animation? Yes, so SolidCAM is sending data to the NC program editor, and then from there, the data starts to flow into PDM and then SolidCAM for operators. So you have one single source of truth, which is SolidCAM, but all the modules, they exchange information between them using a common database, a common SQL database. So we are solving multiple problems, and these modules, different from what our competitors offer, they are all integrated and designed to work together. That means you have no fragmentation or you don't have interoperability issues. Your IT is not responsible for maintaining the interface between different systems. Everything comes from one ecosystem, okay? Next, please. Okay, so I also want to mention that SolidShop is about, can be configured by itself as a small-scale MES system, manufacturing execution system. So this way we can control production orders or quantity of parts that we manufacture, scrap, OEE, all these things you get out of the box with SolidCAM. If you want more complex integrations like scheduling or production planning, all these things, we have interfaces with most of the ERP systems or MES systems in the market. We can use the real-time machine monitoring functionalities of SolidShop to feed these systems with the status of the production order. Remember when I told that story a few slides ago about production planning, having to deal with the reality every day because reality was not what they planned. So now the reality of what is happening with the machines, with the operator, whatever is happening, it's being fed to a ERP or MES system in real time. So your production orders are all, you have the number of good hours that you booked into that order, like spindle running hours. And also your maintenance hours, your downtime hours. This is very important for the business manager to understand where my inefficiency go. Because I'm going to talk about Gen 1 and Gen 2, Generation 1 and Generation 2 of monitoring systems. And Generation 1 was focused in telling these managers, you did not reach the full potential of your machine. And Generation 2 is trying to do something different. Do the same things of Generation 1, but plus why? Where the efficiency was lost. And this is key to fix the problem at the root cause, okay? Next, please. So this is the full ecosystem in action. You get SolidShop code, you generate tool list and quoting before CAN in minutes, okay? I'm not talking about hours. I'm talking about, in under an hour, you could get the tool list, and you could also get the pricing of the material and everything to manufacture that part before the customer decides to place an order with your shop or not, okay? Fast response, this is key because, buyers and customers, they want quick responses. They also need to react very quickly to what is being requested by or to the vendors, the machining vendors. And ideal resource allocation because your programmer is going to program parts instead of running two paths to estimate hours. You can never get a quick response that way, and you are also using a very expensive and skilled resource to do something that is not optimal, okay? Then, we want the bid, customer is happy with our price, we go to SolidCAM, we program the part, we transfer G-code, we transfer tools, turning and milling, we support both. We transfer that to SolidShop Editor. And SolidShop Editor can do, optimizations, can do multi-channel simulation. Lots of enhancements were made recently in the editor because Star Micronics UK is also a strategic customer from Simco and a partner as well. They sell the editor with their machines. And Simco improved the multi-channel module extensively for them in the last 6 months. You can also do certain types of optimization. For example, Emil was talking about the power of our machining. Now the simulator can show feed rates with the distinct colors. That means that if you generate a two-path without eye machining, you're going to see all feeds with one color. But if you optimize that with eye machining, you can show your customers, or you can, show even your programmers all the optimizations that were done by eye machining in the two-path. The editor will show that with distinct colors in the feed rate. Then we have machine simulation. It's G-code based, not your internal simulation, okay? It means parametric code is supported if you have legacy programs that have parametrization, if you have Swiss-type programs that have parametric headers, that things that cannot be simulated in a CAN system, now you can simulate that as well. And it's two-way simulation because we also solve this problem. If something changes on the machine, you can simulate that before you accept that change. Thanks to the PDM integration of the machine simulation. This is a unique functionality that you are not going to find with any machine simulation software in the market that is integrated to a PDM, okay? We have SolidShop PDM, centralized perfect integration with SolidCAM products. SolidCAM for operators is tightly integrated to the PDM. So now you have versioning control and all these things for both programmers and operators. You solve it. We cover every side of the story in the shop floor. SolidShop DNC connects to the machine, gets information for the monitoring module, detect changes, and submit them to approval and to simulation. Also very unique things that we have in this package. And then we have, SolidShop monitoring that can be turned into a small scale, out-of-the-box MES solution. But if you want, more integration with more advanced systems, you can also connect to nearly every ERP system in the market right now. These are the ones that we support and we have experience with. And at EMO 2025, we demonstrated Kitaron ERP being fed in real time by the machine utilization and updating production order status. Next, please. So why it matters? ERP plans, they are good at doing that, but they are bad in, I think it's not their fault, but they don't have any feedback about what is really happening in the shop. So now they can do what they are designed to do, to plan, and we confirm if what's planned is happening as planned, okay? Synchronization is reliable. SolidCAM, we solve the connectivity layer. That's the this is what the message we are trying to pass here. We understand manufacturing better than most. Our workforce across the world, or resellers or partners, are all people with gray hair in manufacturing, with shop floor experience. We are very proud of that. And now we are using all this expertise to solve the connectivity layer. We are not people that never did this. This is not a new journey for us. We're just training more people now, but we have the workforce already, okay, to do that. Next. So let me tell you the difference between the second generation of monitoring and what we offer, which is generation 2. Generation 1, just measure. Your machine did not run 100% of the time yesterday. Generation 2 understands why that happened. So I want to make this distinction. SolidShop is a Generation 2 solution. Next slide, please. What is Generation 2? We can correlate production performance with revisions, drawing, in short, engineering data. This is what Generation 1, which is the majority of systems out there, is not able to do. Because we store engineering data in the PDM and we integrate to engineering, a CAD PDM, we can always keep our PDM up to date with this information. And we know, for example, that we have a bottleneck that is linked to engineering attribute. Not a production order, not something else, just, hey, this family of parts, or this drawing revision, or this forging part number, whatever. You have up to 20 custom-defined fields to do that. Always runs longer. So we are narrowing down, the root causes to help you to fix the issues and be more profitable. Next, please. So Gen 1 would tell you production order 222, 323, you have 64% machine utilization on that. And that's all. You could say the shift, you could tell the machine, but that's the best you could do. With Gen 2, we can link that to engineering attributes, part number, drawing number, revision, families of parts. Like I said, you can have up to 20 different criteria, engineering criteria, to do this. Next, please. So we say it's a right-sized ERP, MES solutions. We don't need to have all the bloatware. You don't have to pay $1 million for a software. We're going to use 10%, 5% of its capabilities. We want you to have full autonomy with the solution. Scalable, affordable, perpetual licensing, web clients. You can see information from anywhere in the world. Powerful in performance, light on maintenance. Because everything is integrated and designed to work together, your IT guy doesn't have to keep calling, 10 different companies when one of the applications is updated with the new version. Next, please. And I want to finish saying we created this with a small and mid-sized business in mind because they deal with the problem today of all or nothing. The most expensive solution or nothing. The most expensive simulation software or nothing. SolidShop is an answer for small shops to get digitization at fast pace of implementation, 1 month. We just came from China where we implemented this in 178 machines in 4 weeks. Okay? Fast to implement, focus on CNC machines. We are not trying to solve all the problems in the world. We are trying to solve 6 to 10 problems better than anyone. Okay? And these are the problems that machine shops face. We are bringing digital manufacturing for real to small and medium manufacturers. Okay? Next, please. To finish, I want to talk about this company, Schlumberger. They are rolling out SolidShop products all over the world. As far as I can tell, they are in the 12-second facility by now. And I want to talk about, you can read all these things here, but 70% in machine downtime, 23% on programmer productivity because they don't have to be on the shop floor all the time. The connectivity, when it works, keep them seated in their desk, but aware of everything that's happening in the shop. And in 2015, when we implemented the Simco technology there, they had 2,600 hours per year of rework. They have 32 CNC machines. It was like one of them worked 24/7 the whole year to process reworks. And in 2024, it was 85 hours. So this is the kind of, difference that you can make with this right solution, with this platform. Next, please. Thank you very much.